and the label simply didn't want to spend any money to promote
Gotcha.
the record. They really didn't even care anymore at that point. It was about fulfillment.
Yo, from a lyrical standpoint, this you made style adjustments on that project
Mhm.
that were like cutting edge. Because like around then is like what, 94, 95?
95, yep.
Yeah, like so people were looking for stylistic new things. Like Das
Mhm.
Effects just got over their run, and people in like coming through your window, Brooklyn. Like
Right.
no one was putting stringing the words together the way you were on that, on that project.
Well, since I was younger, I always felt like the need to be innovative, to do something differently, to be better than the next person. And that album, I just played around with a lot of stuff. I had the opportunity. I had my own studio, Dollar Cab Lab in Brooklyn on
Word.
Utica Avenue, and I just was there all the time recording. Day in, day out. We recorded with a lot of other artists too, but I played around. I played around with styles, different things. I rapped with a lot of different people, so I was able to step outside my normal, structures.
It came together fun, and it perfectly set up the Crooklyn Dodgers single,
Right.
which people like fell in love with. Everybody was like, "Yo, they're gonna do a super group. What's gonna happen?"
Yeah, we wanted to do that actually. We were all sitting around kind of waiting like, okay, what's up? Let's get it. But at the end of the day, that was the only modern song on the soundtrack. And I don't think that MCA at that time wanted to put up the budget for us to get in the studio and record an album. But at the meantime, we all recorded with each other anyway. Like Boot Camp, Click, Buckshot, all of them like literally lived in my studio in the Dollar Cab Lab. So we did a lot of recording with them, for them, and we could have done a lot more together. It's just there was no, they didn't make a budget for it and say, yo, let's put this album out.
Now, do you ever feel like some people are like, ah, it's too late. No one wants to hear that now. But do you feel like that that there's still a market for people that would still want to hear that you three MCs getting it in?
I think so. I just think that they waited so long to do it now. That generation that knows about it is like, the older generation now.
How do you reach the the older fans? Because like a lot of times people discover music from social media,
Hmm.
things like that. People with 30 plus, 40 plus, they don't have the time to spend all day on social media to find out what's popping, or maybe
Hmm.
they're not on blogs because they got kids, jobs, lives, all that stuff.
Hmm.
How do you find your old fans, and how do you find new fans in 2018?
Well, I find that a lot of I'm on the road a lot. So I do shows, so I'm always in touch with people. I do a lot of festivals, summer shows in the parks, and surprisingly enough, I do a lot of birthday parties too, like private birthdays for people like anyway from 35 and up, 40, even up to 50. I did a 50th.
Nice.
Yeah, so it's kind of like I do a lot of those, and that keeps me like right in the people's face. Um, it's just being out there and being on the road. The younger folks, they get to see me in like festivals, summertime festivals in different cities and parks because they mix acts. They mix older acts with newer acts. So you never know who you're gonna see. Well, you'll know because they advertise, but you'll get special ed, and then you'll get some new cats,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, on the same ticket. So you'll have a crowd with young people and old people. Parents may bring their children, and that's how they kind of share in that day.
Mixing it
So
up.
I've done, we do that all the time, and then a lot of parents do educate their children on old school hip hop, and if they don't, a lot of times the children do their own research because everything is in your hand nowadays. Like my son came home the other day and started playing Chub Rock for me. Like, do you know this song? I look at him like he was crazy. Like,
Really?
yeah, I had to call Chubbs like, Chubb, my son in here playing your song like it's
Which
new.
joint was it?
Treat him right.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Man. So you're an artist who like you're still out there. Like, we just missed each other in Charlotte at the Rock Him show. I heard you got on stage and got busy.
Yeah.
How does one stay afloat once, the big deals go away and you're waiting for the next situation?
Well, you have to always stay on the road. You always have to. Well, I'm an entrepreneur in the sense of the word. Period. So I'm into different things. I don't just wait to do a show. I don't just wait to rap to make money. So I've always been that way. I bought my first two properties at the age of 18
So
simultaneously. So I'm on that vibe. Like I like to make money without having to talk to people. I
passive
like,
income.
yeah, I like to sign papers and get my bank deposits.
Got you.
So
Are you heavy in real estate?
well, I was pretty decent. I was in New York, L.A., and Florida until the market crashed,
Got you.
and then I ended up moving to Charlotte, North Carolina, which is where I live now. Shout outs to Charlotte. You know what I mean? And
How's the culture shock going from New York City to being in Charlotte?
well, I didn't go straight there. So I went from New York and then I lived in LA for 3 years. And then from LA, I expanded and got another place in South Florida. And I was out there for 3 years. And then when the market crashed, I gave all that up. And then I moved to Charlotte and kind of started over. So I've been in Charlotte now about maybe 9, going on 10 years.
Got you. And the cool thing, Charlotte's a hub. You can kind of get anywhere you need to get.
Oh, yeah, for
Hop,
sure.
skip, and a jump.
Shout outs to my whole American Airlines team. Hold me down
You gotta let a plug,
for
right?
years.
All right, man. So being famous in New York in the 90s,
Yeah.
was it tough? Was it hard to move around? Because like crime was incredible during the Koch
Yeah.
and Dinkins era.
Crime was incredible before that too, and I lived in a place that thrived in crime, and the same as it was is the same as it was for me. I didn't really look at it any different. I'm adventurous, and you know, you might not want to play around too much.
Have you ever got stuck up?
Negative.
That's what's up.
Negative. I was respected for who I was in my community. And I think people can see real and they can see fake. And besides that, I never wore no bunch of jewelry anyway. You
Kept
know
it
what I'm
light,
saying?
it
Yeah.
seems.
Well, I don't believe in that. I don't believe in something out the ground is worth more than me. You know what
I
I'm
be trying to
saying?
tell people that all the time. People put all this energy and
And
stuff into
rocks
diamonds, and
and
it's like, do
dirt.
you know who sets the
You can
value
make
of the
the
diamonds?
beers. You
Exactly.
could make diamonds in a laboratory that are exact like the diamonds in the ground. And you don't know that. But now you do because I told you.
Now, let's just say if you were a time traveler from 2027, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you can go back to any period in hip hop and come out brand new. Would you rather be out now with all the things that are going on, social media, all that good stuff, or would you rather come out when you came out and enjoy all the things you enjoyed?
Um, I would like to come out when I came out at my time. I don't own any tight pants. I can't do it today. I can't come out now like I'm brand new because then I'd have to appear like they appear, and I can't do that. I don't wear women's clothing. I wear men's clothing, and I have nothing against who people choose to be. But if you're gonna represent a culture, don't change what it is, or try to make it into something totally opposite of what it was set out to be.
But if you came out now and I'm just hearing you for the first time, I put you in that conversation with like Cole and Kendrick
Hmm.
because you had something to say. You're telling stories. You're having fun, and even like for lack of a better, Lil Uzi Vert, like he's having fun with the music. You
Hmm.
had fun, and I think there's a weird fine line in which hip hop sometimes cross. Like sometimes people don't want to see people like sometimes people over a certain age be like, oh, these young punks, so they rap about their parties and their drugs. But in the 90s they was rapping about parties and drugs too and
Right.
just outlandish
The
things.
drugs have changed though. That's the issue right now. You dealing with drugs that kill people
Mm.
and drugs that string people out for the long term. Um, these opioids and these benzos and these drugs that they're rapping about that they don't own any part of. You advertising pharmaceuticals and you have no stock in it.
Yeah.
So that's to me is counterproductive in itself. That's free advertising. Like, why are you free advertising for someone else's death medicine? You know what I'm saying?
I mean, and you still look pretty youthful. I imagine
I'm
you probably
trying to.
you've never battled with anything like that, have you?
Oh hell no, nah.
You
We
know,
don't we
it
don't do drugs. We used to have a commercial that with the pills is serious. You remember that one?
The don't
This
take this
is
serious. This
serious.
yeah.
Nah, we don't mess with pills. That's. I don't even like Tylenol. No, seriously. I'll go to sleep or drink some water before I take something for a headache unless it's really bad.
Got you.
You know what I'm saying? I don't believe in pharmaceuticals at all.
There's a lot of OGs who miss the message though, too. You know, because like sometimes like I run into some of these pioneers and stuff, and it's
Hmm.
like, damn, man, like like some of the guys that started it are really out there bad, and you feel sorry for them because you see everybody with Superman eyes,
Hmm.
like when you're a kid, and you're
Hmm.
like, oh man, that's blah blah blah. His
Hmm.
life must be perfect, and then when you run into him, it's like, oh man, like he going through it just like my uncle was, or he going through it just like somebody I knew was. It's just crazy sometimes to peel back those layers and see the human element, behind it
Yeah,
sometimes.
well, that's the whole point is that we're all human, all artists, all actors, sports entertainers, they're all human. So at the end of the day, we have to remember that first before we, look up to someone. We have to look at them
Well spoken, man. Well, yo, TV One Unsung is going down
this
May
Sunday.
27th, this Sunday. If you're seeing this after the fact, just Google it online, go to TV1.com and all that good stuff. He is special ed, and you're a man of special abilities, man. If I threw a random beat on and gave you some headphones, do you have a 16 that you could bless the people with?
I would maybe 10, 20 years ago, but now I'm into a whole different mentality. I'm out here to change things.
I hear you.
You know what I'm saying? We could rhyme on the corner, we could rhyme in the booth, we could make records, we could do all of that. But how we gonna better ourselves and our people? That's what I'm on.
That's the movement right there.
Yeah, I'm out here to talk to some of these kids. I go to schools. I do a lot of work in the nonprofit sector. I'm more philanthropic in my, mature in my years.
I could dig it. I could dig it. Real quick before you go, being that there was like not a lot of people walking around with camera phones back then, were you ever in or privy to any battles between artists that we might know that people may not know about?
um, I think really once I started making records, the whole battle thing kind of was like yesterday. You know what I'm saying? Because we done been there, did that for real. I've walked up on hostile, real life situations in the street and battled that way. So all this, hip hop, hee hee ha ha battling is foolishness to me.
Got you.
You know what I'm saying? I battle on the street where it's real, where your safety depends on it.
That's the real battle right
Right.
there.
So this is entertainment. You know what I'm saying?
I hear you, man.
Yeah.
Wise words from a wise man. He is special ed. You are on social media. And if
Yes,
people want to
sir.
follow you, they go where?
The Twitter is at Special Ed. The Instagram, Snap, everything else is at Special Ed Music.
There it is, man. One time, y'all. Special ed.
Yes. And the website, specialedmusic.com.
There it is.